ago in Ulster at Emond's Hall, King Conchobar called the nobles all, for was Dechtera wed swelt and brave, the fairest girl that Erin gave. The cups went round, the laughter rang, bright harps were strung and voices sang, till in her wine a mayfly flew, unseen it passed her lips right through. She rose with maids at evening's call to quiet rooms beyond the hall, and there they slept both deep and fast in spells unbroken, tightly cast. In sleep a shining figure came, with eyes like fire and hair of flame. "I am Lugh the fly you drank," he said, "the quiet guest your cup had fed. I've seen your beauty far and wide, no mortal hall could have you bide. By spell and right you now must go, you and your maids where sea winds blow." He spoke the words, the change took hold, Echtire's form took wing in feathers gold. Southward they flew from Ulster sight, to Brunaboy and lost a night. King Conchobar searched hill and plain, but all his seeking was in vain. No word, no sign, no path, no trace of sister lost from hearth and place. A year had turned when feast was laid again, Aramain songs were played, when down from heaven darkened sky a host of birds came sweeping by. "See how they strip my lands laid bare," the king cried out in open air. "Find whence they come, pursue their flight, they shall feel the wrath of Ulster's might." Then rode the king with chosen men, Fergus and Laegaire went out with them, Selchar fierce and Birth of Cú Chulainn, with chariots thundering in reply. Across the plains the chariots flew, the birds just out of reach they drew, through ford and pass and southern way, still just ahead by night and day. Till darkness fell and sight was lost, the birds dissolved like wind and frost. No wing, no cry, no trail remained, and Ulster's men stood tired and strained. For shelter then said Fergus plain, "I saw a house along the lane, small and poor by forest side, but warmth enough till dawn betide." Birth of Cú laughed sharp, "That hovel small, no roof nor room to take us all. I'll see myself what stands ahead, such scraps are fit for dogs," he said. But where he walked a hall stood bright, all walls alive with fire and light, a shining youth at armoured door, a noble woman rich and sure. "Come in," the shining warrior said, "why do you pause with doubt and dread?" Bricky glanced at the lady fair, "and does she welcome me in there?" "It's for her sake I bid you stay," the young man spoke in sigh way. "She is the cause I open wide," then closer still the truth he cried. "The 50 maids you lost last year are gathered here, both whole and near. That woman there, your king's own kin, Dechtar lives, go bring him in." They brought their arms and chariots near, were welcomed in with food and cheer. Rare meats were laid, rich drink was poured, no Ulster man had feasted more. Then Conchobar in calm command asked of the queen who ruled the land, "Why does my sister not appear to greet her kin who shelter here?" The young man said, "You cannot see, her time is bound by secrecy. She labours now through mortal pain, at dawn her truth will stand made plain." At break of day the hall lay bare, no shining lord was waiting there, no armoured guard, no sign in sight, only the dawn and fading night. Then a newborn's cry went on and on, to Dechtire's room the king was drawn. She held the child against her breast, and then to all her trials confessed. Now take us home, his sister said, to women's hearth where I was bred. This child was born by fate's decree, bring him and me back home with thee. The nobles argued voice on voice, each claiming right and proper choice. I'll raise the boy, each warrior cried, my strength, my name should be his guide. Then Moran spoke, the judge stood fast, his word like iron firmly cast. No single hand shall shape his way, many shall guard him, this I say. Conshubar gives him name and claim, censure his word, his speech, his fame. Fergus his strength, emerge in sight, thus shall the boy be raised aright. So home they went to Murthemny plain, where wind and field and sea meet rain. With Dechtyre's care and so Tim's hand, they raised the child by fate's command. They called him Satanta, small and bright, unknowing yet his future's might. A boy whose name the world would learn, the Hound of Ulster yet to burn.